Okay, we're at about 2:40 on a Friday afternoon, June 12th, and it seems like I've got an update to go in, 2020.20.13. Let's see if I can play with this zoom here. Yeah, there we go. And it's asking me to install now, and since I'm not going anywhere and my car is fully charged, it says 337, but on my phone it tells me 338. Don't understand that, but I don't care. That's actually a good charge at that at 90%. Install now. Let's do that. Unable to start the software because the Sentry mode was set on. Okay, I've got to remember that. So let's take Sentry mode off. And we'll try again. One, two, three. And we'll come back in 25 minutes. Right, now we're about an hour later and the update is complete. Traffic light and stop sign control beta. You can freeze this and see for yourself what it is, but essentially I have to turn it on and then it may have to calibrate, and it's learning, so be wary. Then there's a GPS update. Again, that might not be fully operational for the first few minutes of the car operating. Then we're into games, Fallout Shelter. I don't play games much, but I guess this is a subset of a major game that is now available on here. Theater mode improvements, you can now play and pause and skip videos, which is good, using the left scroll and button on the steering wheel. And tracks improvements if you're musically inclined. And that's pretty much it. You can take a look by pausing the video to see what the details. So I guess we have to turn this thing on, which means controls, autopilot, traffic light and stop sign beta. There it is. Yes, now we're going to have the disclaimer. Yep, same sort of things it said in the notes. It's conservative, slow down at first, over time we learn, etc. Yes, we know, that's cute, go for it. Now let's see about getting this done. Okay, let's see if we can get some recordings of this new 2020 update. This is working as it should do, and I hit 80 and it stayed at 80. Yes, that's working normally. Let's hope it continues to work normally. I do 85, auto steer, okay, stopping for traffic lights in 100 meters. And stopping for traffic lights in 50. Well, that's the first. There we go. The car's just done that on its own. I wasn't expecting that because I'd forgotten these lights were here. I was heading for McLeod Trail. But it did it already, so interesting. And not letting me go above 80, I guess. That's a safety feature. I was only going to test it to see if it came back down if I hit the max button, but I can do that in another time when I've had lots of videos showing that bug. So what happens now? I wonder what happens if I put my foot on there. I'll have to do this when there's no traffic around. See if it'll go through a red light, or try to. Here we go. So, oh wow, that's quite a left. This is a Friday afternoon in Calgary, and today the COVID lockdown has been lifted, phase 2. So 2 weeks from now we're expecting to have another surge of COVID. And just so that everybody's aware, I hear ambulances all day, every day. Never used to. Didn't do that on its own. And it's now stopping. There's no stopping here. I don't know what it was trying to do there. I'm just on tack right now. Now it's back on autopilot. Let's see if it'll let me change lanes here. The chances of me getting to the front of the lineup is going to be remote. I'm right in the middle of the afternoon traffic schnall-up that's reminiscent of Calgary without COVID-19. It's showing the line up there. It said it was going to stop in a short while. Yeah, 50 meters, thank you. And I just need it to keep going. If it starts slowing, I'll just touching the accelerator got rid of the message. So this is real world traffic, and I've barely had the update for a while. Touch the accelerator. I could also just tap this down, I think. Might try that. I'm touching the accelerator, which won't be captured on camera. It's going to stop at 100 meters. It's slowing. I just hit this control, and away she goes. Cloud Trail South Calgary is a good place to test this. There are traffic lights in every block. I'm just curious, it says 70. It set itself to 70. If I hit that, what does it do? Stays at 70, thank you. If I go to 65, it goes to 70. They may have fixed the bug. They kept it quiet, that's for sure. My local service station rep has not reported back to me. So I assume that they're keeping that one quiet. That's fine. I have shares in the company, so I'd like it fixed. And because it's software, and I used to be a software programmer for the oil patch downtown. Is it going to go? Yes, it'll go, and then it's just going to slow down 15, and as soon as I see it, yeah, just hit the accelerator anyway. It thinks that's a stop sign. No, it's not a stop sign. It was the other side of the lights. Interesting. It thought the other side was something to stop at. Reactions were quick enough. The car behind me wasn't too close. Interesting. Not perfect. Touching the accelerator, now it's gone, okay. Keep going. Okay. There we go. That's the main update for Canada. Again, we're going to slow in 200 meters. Stop, 100 meters. And as I said, I'm not going to be getting to the front of the lineup. I'm going to hit the accelerator. Yeah. That's probably not a good thing to do. Disable it. Ready to go. I was trying to be preemptive there. And the car's not going to let me. So maybe it's better if I just hit this gear shift rather than touch the accelerator. Because if you're coming up to it and you want it to, you know, just go when the car in front goes and not stop on its own, I just tried to disable it or enable it to go, and it hitting the accelerator it thought I was going to plow into the back of the car in front of me. Har har har. No. Let's see if it goes now. Yeah, there we go. Now I can hit the accelerator. So yes, don't try and preempt it. So it's probably a more efficacious way to drive is to hit the gear stalk. And it's not letting me do that. Okay, well now it's disappeared. I don't know what it's going to... Okay, let's see what happens. And yes, these did kind of exist behind me. Fading them out. 3 of them? I don't remember 3, but hey, I could be wrong. Is it going to go? No. It was going to stop anyway. The message disappeared. It should have stayed up there to tell me that it's going to stop. Stopping in 200 meters. And I'm telling it to go. It's assessed and it's going. Took a second. Let's see what it makes of all this lot. Traffic crossing lanes because of construction. Cones by the 10s. It's locked onto the car in front, so it's got some idea where that car is going, and it is kind of keeping central. This is good. And oh, the roads are yesterday going the other way I saw an BMW i8 who did not like being on the road with all those bumps. Wanted to pull in behind me because he thought my road was in better shape. It wasn't. Okay, is it slowing? 45, 46, slowing. Hit the button, away we go. It's a good job where us humans can sense when the speed is dropping. Now let the car do what it wants. Of course, traffic behind me doesn't like me slowing down. That's fine. If anybody hoots at me, I should just wave my hands at them and go, it's the car's fault. Slowing, so I just hit that. I'd like to know what's going to happen if I hit go and the lights change red afterwards. I know I'm going to have to stop. I'm just wondering if this software will override me and say, nope, you idiot, you said go when you should stop. Let's see. Well, it's nice to have something new to play around with and get me out of the house. I've been scraping paint on the west wall in preparation to repaint it. and wearing my wrists out to boot. So this is actually a nice change, taking a break and getting out and having a reason to go driving. Not that it takes much of a reason for me to get in this car. It's ironic that I go get this car and then they get locked down. That's what it appears to be for me. I'm still hitting the accelerator. It's a bit erratic. Uh-oh. As you probably saw there, I tried to go to the middle lane. On that intersection, it is notorious for trying to skip lanes. I've now caught it on camera, and it's completely ignoring this light. Okay, it completely ignored that one. Okay, this is going to be an interesting upgrade. Is it going to ignore this one too? No, okay, it's got it. So it kicks in at 200 meters, which is fine. You could probably do it at about 100. And maybe that's an option they can include later on, how quickly you want it to respond. So if it's gone now, so what's he going to do? Is he just going to sidle up and stop even though everybody else in front is gone? Has he got the smarts to determine, oh, the traffic in front is gone, which means that the light's now green, but then that's a bit much of a learning curve. Oh. Now, as I said earlier, there always seems to be ambulances, and that's another one. This video do the same. It's still set to 70, although it's taking... Oh, there we go. Did it go down to 50 just before I touched that thing? Oh, it says it's restricted to 50. Okay. That's interesting. Maybe it, with this option on, it won't let you go above stopping 20 meters. It's green, it's green, it's green. As soon as it starts slowing down, there we go. Just hit the button. Yeah, now I got lots of lights. It's going to stop. I'm just going to judge that it's going to have to stop. I'm at the front. The car is doing this on its own. I'm not doing anything. It is pulled up to the line and stopped. Yay! It can see 3 of the 4 lights. It can't, there's no colours on that one, but it's got those just fine. I see they've bolstered the colours from the over the releases to make them more, make them stand out more. Okay, just touch the accelerator and away she goes. I touched the accelerator early there. Maybe I should try and do it with the stalk a few times and see what it's going to do. There we go, I hit the stalk and it's fine. And again, yeah, it's going to stay. The car is slowing down ahead of time. Okay, don't hit the pylon in the middle. Okay, pretty good. I'm switching into sense mode rather than looking at the screen. When I feel it slowing down a bit, I'll just hit the stalk. It's not too urgent, so this is may change. 6, 5, 4, 3. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Did it fine. So it's up to me, I guess, timing-wise. It's going to saunter over, and yeah. That was kind of smooth. I did just flip this and it just cruised across the intersection. Yeah. I'm going to turn it off for a while because we're in mainstream traffic and this is not interesting. Okay, we'll put it into autopilot. It says it's stopping. I'm not going to... 25. Okay, felt it starting to slow. I just hit the stalk and away we go. Yeah, this may be an easier way to go. Stopping. It's not slowing down yet. Now it is. I'll just hit go. This could become annoying in traffic. I'm trying to get out of downtown. 49, it's starting to slow down. There we go. These lights are very predictable. They're actually sequenced. So they're changing to green ahead of me, so they're highly unlikely that they're going to go red. Yeah, I have to change this camera setup. I'm pretty sure this is jiggling all over the place. But the idea is there. I'm trying to improve the video. There we go. Yeah, and what was that? Now let's doing that again. Just keep... Lots of lights. I'm going to change lanes here. And I'm going to take the... It's going to slow down on its own. And sometimes it's very easy to take it out of autopilot. Just the slightest twist of the wheel. And we're there. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if that works. And let's see if it'll... activate from the stalk. And yeah, it's a warm day today. Apparently it's 28 degrees outside. Celsius. Yep, the stalk just kicks it off. Avoid the truck, avoid the truck, avoid the truck. Thank you. It didn't... It's a little late to react to that. Gee. Gets past it and then it decides to stop. That makes me wonder sometimes if this car is processing is a second or two behind reality. Alright. Okay. Not gonna let me do that. Alright, let's go put it here. You're gonna stop, you're gonna stop, you're gonna stop? Yeah! Okay. Why I say the processing might be a little slow is because sometimes you don't see in the display here what's actually going on outside for a second or two. For about half a second to a second. Great, I got a bus. I'm taking it off of autopilot for now. That bus is coming across the line. There we go. I'm going to slow down. Hands on wheel. Just in case. We'll change lanes. So as soon as that message goes up, you can override it. But that's going to be a little tricky because you don't know if the lights are going to change. So I would be probably a little bit slower in kicking it off. Like it's already reacting to the next one as I'm going through the last one. So let's see if we can go over another lane. I have to take it off for that. Alright, here we go again. I'm going to stick behind this car, put it in 2, 3, 4. There we go. And it's going across, that's good. 2, 1, I'm just going to let it do its thing. Oh, it's going to... The car stopped anyway, in front of me. Well, hello, little lady. License plate. I assume I'm recording? Yes, I am. So now we're in downtown Calgary, trying to get back out of the core. It's nice to see these animations looking nice and succinct. Bold is beautiful. So somebody's right up behind me. Little Honda. Alright. And again, 75 meters, it's good, let's go. Bridges and shadows don't do well with it. So yeah, I can see this probably isn't a great thing to use with traffic lights in a downtown core. It's requiring a lot of activity. And getting used to the fact that I've got to choose when to kick this off based on the light configuration, whether it's going to change or not. Right now I've got green lights all the way out of downtown. Well, I must say I'm quite impressed. Obviously it's going to get better over time. It's already pretty good. It's quite consistent. As you saw earlier, it seemed to have missed one, and a few other little interesting things like picking up stuff that's not relevant. But on the whole, this is great. Come on, keep going. Oh, now I've got some big orange fast car coming up. Who is basically not doing too fast. I'm not doing anything. It's just doing its own thing. Yeah, I got some sort of multi-million dollar sports car behind me who can probably just about beat me in a 0 to 60 race, but I'm not in the mood for that. I'm testing out my new features, so he can be Mr. Sporty as much as he wants. Here, that's what he looks like. And he's indicating, so he hasn't turned off his indicator since pulling in behind me. May have to speed through this piece. There we go. Hanging behind, he or she is hanging behind. Yep. Guess they're eyeing me up. Oh, it's a Lamborghini. I'm just getting past that truck who seems to be hell-bent on cutting too close to me. So twice he tried to drift into my lane. And up ahead, turning left, is a Model X. I felt it slowing slightly, so I just tapped the gear stalk. We're hardly through those lights and we get a notification for the next one. This is going to have to be a technique developed by the driver to cope with these frequent lights. Because if I choose wrong here, it's going to go trying to sail through a red light. That's the intersection that causes problems. It doesn't this way round, but it does going north. Stuck here now. I generally don't sit in this lane. I tend to move over one because there's a lot of left-hand turn lanes that are not long enough and the traffic backs up into this lane. So you get stuck. I don't think it's going to happen today. Here we go. Just keep going. forces you to keep your hands on the wheel unless you use the accelerator. It's quite smooth. It's a normal, nice bright day, so I'm sure the cameras are seeing quite well. The car hasn't been washed lately, but I do keep an eye on the sensors and they are all quite clear. Not in main traffic, but I'd like to try a test of asking it to go through a light when it's likely to change and see if it'll squawk at me at the last minute. But not today, although I guess I could. Well, we got it here? No, okay. We're going to have to go across here. I'm not sure this is going to work, but we'll see. Oh, we're going to have to come off. Another reason not to be in this lane today. Thank you. Alright, she's back on. Okie dokie. Like, do you know what that little grey thing is there? Little vertical post. Maybe it's the... I don't know, there's a barrier just started. It looked like it was the seeing a grey cone, because the barrier looks a bit like a cone at the end of it in profile. Come on, let's get going. It's doing a very good job of keeping central in this lane. I've driven this a few times in the last week. Things haven't changed much here, so I know it handles it quite well. And it tolerates people pulling in front of me too. And away we go. Yeah, the representations look pretty good. That truck is definitely a truck beside me. That's an SUV. That's an SUV. That's a sedan. And a truck in front of that, yeah. The renderings are pretty good. You're going to slow down? Yes. I deliberately put that on when the car was beside me to see if it would do exactly that, highlight it in red. Well, this is one of the major thoroughfares north-south in Calgary, other than Crowchild Trail and Elbow Drive, Blackfoot, Barlow, deerfoot. I'm going to take it off and go sideways here to this lane, and yeah, I know, I'm not going to crash into it. And back on again. I noticed that when the tack comes up, that the autopilot comes on about a second or so later. If you push the tack, if you push to go on autopilot too quickly, it'll just take the whole thing off. So I just push that on, and then I wait a second or two for that to come up, and then I push it again. Usually it's quick enough that it counts as two taps and locks into the autopilot. Oh, interesting. Is traffic. I don't know what it was. It's interesting. So that's a pedestrian crossing, and it reacted like a stop sign, which is fine. I don't have any objections to that. It did say that it would react to traffic lights no matter what. And that does look like a traffic light. I'm going to come off here and turn right. I'm going to keep driving around for a little while. More. No, maybe not. Let's see. It's yeah. These are, yeah, there we go. I was wondering why it was so stable for a second there. I mean, the yellow line is pretty much locked solid, but it has trouble determining the side of the road and slowing for traffic control. There we go. It's responding to pedestrian crossings. That's a plus. Will it go around these cars? It doesn't like slight right bends with cars parked. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to let you stop. Yeah, but just stop. That's fine. I think it was upset about the truck there. You got conflicting information in your processing. Autopilot unable to proceed, please take over. Okay, well that's a novel one. Off we go. Interesting. I engaged it while the traffic goes back and forwards. It flashes that up. So I've just engaged it and the car did not move. It's going to wait until I touch something before it moves. That's good, so I can actually get it ready to go. I'm not sure they figured that into the equation when they programmed it. Have my foot ready on the accelerator just in case it doesn't do what I want it to do. Yeah, it will. Well, that's just novel. Well, that's something I don't think they envisaged. When cars cross me, the tack comes on for a brief second. And if you tap the stalker and engage it, the car engages, but it doesn't move. Nice little touch, that, because it can get you ready to go, just with a flick of the stalk. Well, I'm glad I continued it a bit more. I think that'll be enough for today, though. We'll just call it a day. We're stopping. Have a great day.